I'm Shelly, the partnerships intern here. Um, we have a couple of members from our Youth Service America team here. Katie, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I am Katie Reich. I am one of our directors of partnerships, and all of my work, my day-to-day focus is on supporting you as young leaders, as youth change makers, and being able to provide assistance for you as you look to make a difference in your community through service and service learning.
And I want to give a huge shout out to Katie. Katie has been so helpful in putting this presentation together. I love her. She's great to work with.
Thanks, Shelly.
So there's Katie. Scott, do you want to introduce yourself?
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Shelly. Excited to have you here today. My name is Scott Ganske. I'm the Vice President of Partnerships at YSA. Get to work with all of our amazing national partners and our incredible partnerships team, including Katie and Nikki, who's not on today, but you see her picture there, and Shelly, who's just done a really amazing job of really taking the lead on creating a training like this. So it's, by youth for youth, which is really exciting. So excited for her to lead the talk today.
And Scott is also fabulous. Everyone here is fabulous, I'll be honest. And is Nikki here? I'm not sure. I didn't see her join.
Hey, everybody. I am on here. Didn't know we were going to do introductions, but I'm so happy to see everyone who's been able to join us. Not going to take up too much time, but I am one of two director of partnerships here with YSA. I work more so on the organization side. So with our organizational partners who we have grants with, and they are working with youth across America and allowing you all to take the lead in terms of service projects. So again, it's good to be here. Thank you so much, Shelly, for your leadership in putting this together.
Thank you, Nikki. Again, our team is amazing, but enough about us. We're old and boring compared to you guys. You guys are new people. So if you guys could all type in the chat, a little introduction, your name, if you're comfortable, your age maybe, what state you're from, I'd love to hear. And my summer break's coming to an end, so I really want to end it off with some great ice cream. So if you can mention your favorite ice cream flavor for me to try, I'd really appreciate that. I'll say right now, I'm kind of like an old lady when it comes to ice cream. I've been loving coffee and pistachio ice cream, but definitely trying to shake it up a bit. Oh my gosh, see, Kentucky, I've been there like once. It's so interesting because I know all of you from different places and are from different age groups. Oh, hi, Hassini. Oh, chocolate ice cream. I love chocolate. But I'll let you guys keep bringing your names and you guys can kind of talk to each other a little bit in the chat if you want. I'm just going to talk a little bit about, Youth Service America's mission and why I'm here in the meantime. So here at Youth Service America, this has really resonated with me recently, which is why I kind of jumped on board to, facilitating this training. We're on a mission to make working together for the common good, the common expectation and experience of every young person. I've only really been involved post-pandemic with serving my community, and I just want to say, and that maybe like year I've been doing this, it's been so empowering, and it's such a good feeling to know that you can really make a difference at a young age. So I want you all to have that chance to, feel that way or realize that, we might be considered young, but we're still mighty and wonderful. So just you being here today, I think it shows great things about your character, and I'm sure you can all do amazing things as well. And we believe that youth, communities, and democracy all thrive when we work together for the common good. Again, common goal, make our communities better and have everyone get involved. So now we're going to talk about why service is important, especially being our age, So I know that, we feel young sometimes and we feel, when we're older, we'll do this or that or whatever it might be. But it's so important to serve while you're young for a couple of reasons. And here are some of them. People under 25 years old make up a third of the population in the United States and half the entire world's population. with that being said, we're such a major part of our society. I think that it's only fair we pitch in and share our ideas on how to improve, especially with, you know, being in school and being exposed to different people and different issues. I think that's a great thing we could do. It'll also improve your performance in school and your workforce and career readiness. Now, I know not a lot of us are thinking about that, of course. I know I wasn't, but as I started volunteering a little bit, I learned things that I never even knew I never knew. There are so many things like, you know, whether that be writing emails or speaking publicly, something like this. I never had these skills before, and over time, those will really develop and it'll help you grow as a professional in society, but also as a person yourself. And I think it's amazing to learn about yourself, almost as amazing as watching your community grow. Another given one, improve your health. We're always looking to better our own personal health and our community health. So that's just a win overall. And I think most importantly, though, we're uniquely suited to solve problems through our service. As you know, young minds, we're not exposed to certain biases or circumstances that might have occurred in adult lives. You know, we see things in a different way. And having different perspectives is so important, especially when, you know, developing something that could help people at our age or helping people at an older age where the people that are currently helping them don't see it that way. It just, you're special, you're unique, your brain works in a different way. So I think it's really important that as people under 25, we take our fresh, flexible minds and do amazing things. So this is really cool. So why do youth serve? We all have different motivations and passions. So here are some examples, you know, supporting a friend undergoing chemotherapy after being diagnosed with cancer, or reduce student dropout rates so that everyone who wants to remain in school and get a good education for their future could do that. These are all some amazing reasons to get involved. And this is the cool part. All these reasons actually came from someone who's done something in their community. You know, so everyone here has taken their passions, their skill set, and they came up with something that could really help other people around them. So my goal today is to help you guys realize that you guys all have your passions and your interests and skills and put together something great. Now, here's the part we've all been waiting for, how to start your own project. So there are a couple of key steps you're going to take. First, I want to say this before I get into everything. I know that reflect is in sort of the bottom, but throughout your entire project, you should definitely be, you know, hearing feedback, thinking, where could I improve my project? Just trying to grow it overall to be the best that you want it to be. So first of all, you want to investigate, find out what you're passionate about, what you want to do, how you're going to do that, whether you know people who want to get involved, all these things. Essentially, you can think of it like the planning sheet of your project. Second, once you've got all your planning and investigating done, you're going to prepare, plan, and act. This is the most fun for me personally, just to get out there and really do your mission. I think that is so fun and so exciting. So I hope that all of you get the chance to act out on something you're really passionate about. And then third, reflect, demonstrate, and celebrate. Again, you're going to want to look at your project, see where you've done really great things, and see where you could have improved a little bit. You'll put that all together, maybe share your accomplishments. If you're going to continue it, try to grow it a little bit for next time, maybe if that's a goal you want to accomplish, and celebrate. You've done something amazing for your community when you could have really just not done anything at all, honestly. So it says a lot about you. It shows that, you know, you're an outstanding figure, and just by being here, I know you're all outstanding, of course. But I think it's really great to accomplish something and then celebrate those accomplishments. So don't forget to celebrate. Now, as for investigate, I'm going to give you guys a few tips to coming up with a project you're really passionate about. in a way that you can actually accomplish it and enjoy accomplishing it. So first we have fire. And this is really what fires you up, what makes you excited, what you want to work for. So this would usually be a cause. I know all of us have a cause that's near and dear to our heart, or something we see a lot in the news, something along those lines. So I'm going to show you guys some examples that you could use. All these are great examples. You don't have to pick something from this list, obviously, but here are some core areas you can work with. So if you're really passionate about solving hunger, you'd probably work to find something, zero hunger. How will I work to abolish hunger in itself? In my community, you have to pick your target audience. We'll get into that later. And then you have a spark. So again, we all have something we're good at. And I know that all of you, it's hard to think of something we're good at, of course. But I know that all of you have some skill sets, some talents, something you love to do, simple as a hobby. So I'm going to show you some more examples. It's super diverse. It could be from spirituality, comedy, outdoor recreation. There's something for everyone here. And then once you've got your fire, what you're passionate about, and your spark, something you enjoy doing, you got to put them together. And here's where the ASAP part of the training comes in. There are 4 action strategies. So we have awareness, where you kind of bring attention to a topic that's not really acknowledged, or you break some stigma surrounding a topic in a really friendly way that you can get out to your community. Service, doing something pretty active where you go out in your community, you undertake a project and accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Advocacy, fighting for or against something you believe in, whether that be at a local level or something even bigger, like a national walk, whatever that might be. And then philanthropy, you can kind of see the little money symbol in the circle. You're raising money, and then you're taking those funds and allocating it towards your cause. So I know that might be a little bit confusing, but I have some examples here to clear it up a bit. For example, for awareness, Henry created a school chapter or club surrounding refugees. So they'd bring in speakers or people with experience in those areas to kind of discuss the issues that in refugee camps that people don't really understand since they're not there. And it's not your fault you don't understand it. For these people, they're just bringing awareness to that, if that makes sense. As for service, Jaslyn and her brothers built a library in their neighborhood, and they helped 500 people with just 14 volunteers and a little bit of passion. So I think that is really exciting if you're looking for a more hands-on project. Advocacy, 3rd graders in elementary school, Elsa England Elementary, they kind of advocated for a bill in Texas so that everyone could have breakfast. It would solve food insecurity on a smaller scale for some people. And the House of Representatives in Texas actually did pass that. So they kind of made sure everyone would get breakfast through that bill, which is something really amazing that, as young as 3rd graders, they advocated for that. And philanthropy, Isabel and Sydney created a walk for water since they're really into sports, and raised $2,000 for implementing water and sanitation services at a school where they didn't have access to those things. So those are some courses of action you can take. I know I just threw a lot at you, but I'm going to give you a little more of a clear idea of how to do this now. So I'm really into the environment and public health, but probably my main interest right at this second would be sustainability, let's say. So my fire is going to be working in sustainable development, green economy, whatever that is. And my spark, I really love teaching my siblings about nature. I have 4 younger siblings. So every time we see like certain plants or trees, I'm like, oh, that tree is this, and this is why it's important. So my action strategy, it would probably be awareness. I love sharing information about causes and, promoting them, making sure people understand why they're important. And my community can help simply by getting involved and listening. So my service project would probably be, maybe taking children on guided nature walks and telling them why it's important to be preserving our nature, trying reusable content instead of single-use plastics, for example, things of that nature. So that's a really simple way to break it down for you guys. I thought this was really helpful because I struggle a lot with, just coming up with the idea and the foundation, how a project will work. So now I'm going to give you guys a chance to kind of get into breakout rooms. We're going to get you guys into groups, and you guys can come up with a group, fire, spark, and overall service project. So I'm going to definitely be popping into those breakout rooms to help you guys out. But I'll let you guys take the lead. I'll let you guys talk. You can also share your social medias or talk about your work in the past before. Just a chance to kind of bond. So, okay, so we're gonna get you guys into breakout rooms. Katie?
Yeah. I was gonna see if anyone had any questions before we hopped into the breakout rooms that Shelley could possibly answer.
Okay, well, no worries if you don't have any questions right now. I'll be checking in with all of you. So if you have anything then and you want to unmute or type it in the chat and you're more comfortable with that, I'll be there for you.
All right, Shelley, the breakout rooms are all set. Everyone, you will see a notification on your screen that will direct you to the breakout room that you will head over to. If for some reason you're not seeing one, let us know and we will go ahead and adjust accordingly.
The PowerPoint decided to go back to the start.
Everyone's back, Shelley.
Oh, okay. I just didn't want to start without someone. Okay, so
I just wanted to let you know they just closed up.
So now that everyone is back, I checked in with all of you and I heard all of you having great conversations. If anyone wants to share, unmute and talk about a project they've done or they want to do in the future, definitely feel free to do that right now. Does anyone have anything in mind?
There's also a raise hand function under the reactions. So if you go ahead and raise your hand, we can also click on you to call on you.
Yeah, I see Abby's unmuted. Abby, are you? Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you wanted to present. I just couldn't hear you. All right. If no one wants to share, that's totally okay. I know you guys were all sharing because I checked in with all of you. So don't worry, you're not in trouble. But yeah, so I know you guys have all talked and had some amazing conversations. And now that we've all come up with sort of an idea or we've heard some ideas, I think this chart you can see it's super organized, but I think this could really help out any project before you dive right in, just to have a plan for all these things. So you don't need every category here. This is just a really general one. You could add new ones, take away some, whatever suits your project best. But you should definitely come up with some teams or branches that you want to cover, partnerships, fundraising, volunteers. Those are all really big in passion projects that really serve your community. And you could just include who they are so you know who to contact with any questions or whatever might come up. A start and an end date. Those are really helpful for keeping yourself on a timeline, on track. Some supplies you'll need. Almost every project, you're going to need some sort of supply, whether that's, a script of what to say or paint for something you're doing with art. So there's always supplies you can include. And what happens if, so if there are any threats or challenges or anything crazy that might just happen, it's better to always have a plan than to not. And I think just getting a foundation with this kind of content would be really helpful to you in making sure you have a strong foundation. Now we have the spark, the fire, what you're passionate about, what you're good at, the project you want to do. You're going to ask yourself a couple of questions just to make sure you're ready to dive right in. Do you have like your clear measurable goals ready? Do you know what volunteers or money or funding, whatever that is that you need, are you going to be able to access that? How are you going to promote your events? All those things, once you've considered everything, every corner is sort of checked, everything is prepared, you are ready to get into action. You're ready to start your project, which, it's really exciting. It's like your baby. It's everything that you wanted to do. You're finally ready to get started. So now we have a couple of people who have already created a project or started a project and done some amazing work in their communities. So we have a speaker, Hasini. If you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, your project, why you love it, and maybe some advice or recommendations.
Yeah, so my name is Hasini, and at the beginning of 2020, I started fundraising for the Food Bank of Northern Nevada, which is the food bank, which is local to me. And so even before starting to fundraise, I had a big passion for art. And so I got a grant and I got together with a ton of my friends and we made a ton of arts and crafts like candles, keychains, earrings, photo frames, etc., which we sold at local stores and raised $5,000 last year for the food bank. And while fundraising, we handed out flyers and spread awareness to everyone coming in and out, whether they donated or not. And it's something that takes up a lot of time, but it's a great thing to do if you're interested. And my favorite part about it is that I get to do what I love while helping others. So yeah, it's really so much fun to just be a big part of our world. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Hasini. I think that's so important, not only to give back to your community, but to enjoy giving back to your community. So really being able to do, your art, making candles and whatever you want to make, and then ending up giving back to someone who needs that, it's amazing to be able to actually, enjoy your work and be able to have a positive impact. And you're so young and there's so many awesome things ahead for all of us. So you guys all have that potential. Hasini, I'm sure you're going to continue doing amazing things. And I want to thank you for kind of sharing with us. I've never met you before, but I've read some of the things you did and super, super impressive, blown away, especially being so young. So I want to thank you for that. Here are just a couple more pictures of some amazing Everyday Young Heroes work. They vary. You can read more about them on the Service America website if you're interested. But we have everyone doing a variety of different things. So it's really nice to see people enjoying giving back. And if you guys have any questions, I'm definitely here to answer them. Otherwise, you're free to leave. I just want to say before that, though, you are all young, and we always think maybe we're too young or too old or too this or too that. You are perfect and you are ready. And just by being here, I know you guys can do amazing things. So never believe you're too young or too much or too little. I think you're all perfect for helping your community out.
Thank you, Kelly.